Hello everyone, welcome to the third and final part of the 1/25th scale RC 2010 Ford Shelby GT500 build. Last week I wired all of the electronics and painted the car. In today's video I'll be completing the assembly of the car as well as doing some driving. If you're new to this build series, I recommend you take a look at the playlist linked below in the description and start from the beginning. You'll learn more about this project and the products used. For everyone else, this project should need no further introduction, as I'm sure you've been following along, knowing all the ins and outs by now, and hopefully are as excited as I am to see this car up and running. So with that said, let's get started. First, let's take a look at all the parts that I'll be installing. Like I said in the last video, I love all the detail that this kit has, and about all that's left to do is glue each of these parts to the body. I started by gluing each window into place using micro crystal clear glue. This glue dries clear, so I don't have to worry about a little excess. Once the glue dries, the windows look great. While I had the glue out, I used it again to secure the taillight lenses. I also secured the side view mirrors, doing my best to make each side symmetrical. Making sure not to sneeze, I glued each side marker lens to the body. Next, I carefully installed each fog light lens. The headlights were a little tricky to install, but looked great once they were in place. I continued by gluing the sun visors and rear emblem. Here I'm applying the license plate decal to the rear bumper. These Cobra emblems were a little bit of a pain to glue, but looked really nice on the car. I again used glue that would dry clear since I needed to move them around a little to have them positioned correctly. The grills and hood vents went on next. At this point, the body was complete and really turned out nice. I did still want to add a few details to the interior, starting with the instrument panel and seat decals. Revell did a great job of including a bunch of decals, including all of the little controls for the steering wheel. Once I had the decals on, I glued the steering wheel and turn signal lever to the column. It's not a super detailed interior, but it's a nice addition to the car. Once the interior was complete, I glued it to the body. Next, I removed the temporary wheels that I had on the chassis and assembled the final wheels I'm using for this car. The finished wheels turned out looking great. I really like the chrome outer rim with the black center. Finally, I glued each tailpipe piece into place. Here's a look at the finished car. I'm extremely happy with how this car turned out, and I think it will prove to be a great balance of scale realism, but also easy to work on and modify. I especially like the dark blue color and white stripes. Of course, the only thing left to do now is some driving. The car drives great, though doesn't have a very high top speed with the 2000 RPM N20 motor that's installed currently. The car handles well and drives very smoothly with no wheel rub, an all-around really fun car to drive. Where the slower speed N20 motor is really fun is going around a tight autocross track like what I set up here. The challenge of navigating through all of the cones as fast as possible is a lot of fun, and makes it more about fast response and maneuvering rather than maximum speed. There really isn't much more I have to say. It's an all-around great car that is a lot of fun to drive. Of course, if you'd like to build your own car like what I've shown in this series, you'll find many of the parts I used available on our online store and the STL files available on Patreon. As always, links to both are below in the description. This fully FDM 3D printable FFR SC1 chassis I used is being sized to fit other popular model car kits, so be on the lookout for those, as well as some more builds on this channel utilizing this FFR SC1 variant. To conclude this video, I'm going to showcase some of the awesome vehicles and projects that have been showcased over on the Make It RC Facebook group. That's all for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and stay tuned for some more content like this coming soon.